Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vote TV YouTube Live. Okay, and I'm gonna start this show today in a very um um how do I put it? I'm gonna just say Joe Biden got COVID. I'm just gonna start the show. Y'all will be no um these introductions that I usually do. Yeah, you can hit that like button, you can subscribe. Welcome to the couch. No, listen, it's simple as this. Joe Biden, the president of the United States, got COVID. Please, somebody call Uncle Willie. You gotta come to the couch. Call Grandma. Please call Grandma. Grandma gotta come to the couch. Man, I need everybody. Listen, everybody just come to the couch because this is a new version of America that I'm completely lost. And please don't tell me that I'm wrong. I'm confused. Like, what the hell is going on, bro? Welcome to the couch. Welcome to the couch. But I'm just telling you that at this moment, I'm confused. I don't know what the fuck is going on in America. This is too much. I just finished my live stream on TikTok, okay? Had an amazing show. Shout out to Tony's family. We've lost another brother in Dubai. But that's gonna be live streaming tomorrow on Vote TV YouTube. But hold up. I just finished my TikTok live stream. And then I just get this message, this tweet notification that Joe Biden got COVID. And I'm going to tell you this. At that moment, I had a million things going on through my mind. Okay. Man, let me give you some time to just walk in here. Welcome to the couch. Okay. Bring your coffee, bring your tea. What's up, Curry Drinker? We got somebody called Curry. Let me Curry Drinker. Joe Biden got COVID. You know how you do. I'm gonna bring your comment on the screen. That's the opening topic tonight. Joe Biden got COVID. We're just getting started, man. And once you get up here, you know how we do. Drop your comments in the chat. I'm gonna pin your comments on the screen because we're gonna have this conversation. This is not normal, okay? On Saturday, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, there was an assassination attempt on Trump, and here we are, few days later. The president of the United States got COVID and had to cancel his appearance in Las Vegas at a very huge event. What's going through your mind right now? That's a question. And like I say, Uncle Willie, bring Uncle Willie to the couch, man. Just bring Uncle Willie to the couch. Tell Grandma to get off that wheelchair, and she can come to the couch too, because we're gonna have this conversation. It's out of control, folks. What do you think about this? Man, it just feels like Joe Biden is not catching a break since the debate. And I'm giving you my observation. You know how we do it. You know how we do things at Vote TV. You can agree to disagree. But I feel like since that terrible performance at the debate with Trump, it's like things have just gone south for President Joe Biden. The audio is choppy? Really? Filthy like everything right here? Let me check my audio connect. Camera is set. Hold up. Okay, let's continue. And I'm gonna also let me check something on my smartphone. So as we continue, can you let me ask you a question. Okay. Have you all seen the breaking news that President Biden has tested positive for COVID? Yes or no? Number two. Number two. What do you think is happening in the Joe Biden's world right now? Let me know in the chat. Because there's a lot of wild reactions on social media right now. You know, when something when there's a when there's breaking news somewhere, the first place I go to Twitter. Oh, now they call it X, but I cannot stop calling it Twitter. As long as we keep on calling them tweets, I'm gonna keep on calling it Twitter. So I get on Twitter, and the top comment was, "He's done." Somebody else could say they are trying to replace him right now. Because there has been this conversation within the Democratic Party, uh, requesting Joe Biden to step down, and that's what I've been saying. Even here on our live shows, right here on the couch, I've been saying since that debate, since that debate with Trump, things changed in the Biden world. Today, there was some very powerful senior Democrats called Biden to step down. Today. And then towards the end of the day, Biden tests positive for COVID. So we got to start asking ourselves, man, are you serious? Oh my God, really? My audio is cutting out? Oh, not tonight. Not tonight. What up, Steve? What up, Steve? Not tonight. We can't let this happen. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. We can't, no, this can't happen. Not tonight. I want to have an idea of how this is sounding. Because if it's cutting out, let me apologize to the Y'all better get on your knees and start praying. Come on, Jeff say, Jeff is back. Jeff is back. No, we gotta start praying. You're gonna say, now are you telling me that my connection got hit with the no, I had to mute it and then it's back. Relax, relax. Relax. Let me show what I'm gonna do. But anyway, when I'm trying to fake shenanigans, can I see your comments? The fact that Joe Biden got COVID. Because that's gonna be the opening. That's the opening conversation tonight. Relax, relax, fams. What do you say in Spanish? Tranquilo, tranquilo, tranquilo. 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 We're gonna fix this. Okay, so everybody in the chat, you got the news that Biden got COVID. I want to hear from you. Welcome to the couch. What's your opinion? You know, I want all of us to be proactive. And remember, you can also join me live. Okay, if you're gonna come and take part in this conversation, you know, you can join me. Okay. Okay. Jeff, it's crazy in Kenya too. So I'm actually doing that session tomorrow. That's gonna be tomorrow, Jeff. You better be here tomorrow night. We're gonna have that. The demonstrations going on in Kenya right now. It's crazy. Let me tell you something. It's like the whole world has gone crazy right now. It's like everything in the world is crazy. Africa, Europe, America, South America, Asia, everywhere. Okay, let me now start this. Steve White is always dropping knowledge on this platform, man. Let me pin the comment. So we having this conversation on the couch. This is the opening conversation, the opening topic. The fact that, you know, breaking news right now is that Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID. What do you think? Steve is saying Biden became absolutely unhinged during a Zoom call with the Democrats to discuss whether he should abandon his bid for re-election. Now we're getting somewhere. Now the conversation starts. Okay. And I want to do one more thing here. Steve, do you think it's over for? And remember, today, top Democrat, this was the press telling us this morning when I woke up, is that very powerful Democrats are asking Biden to step down. They're actually, you know, they're saying Nancy Pelosi is working things behind the scenes. Okay. And then the head of the Democrats in the Senate publicly called out for Biden to step down. So that was today in the morning. And then around 7:30, 7 p.m., breaking news, Biden got COVID. Do you think it's a coincidence? Hey, welcome to the couch. And hold up. Please call Uncle Willie and tell Grandma to get off the wheelchair. She got to come up here too, because we're going to have this conversation. It's getting crazy. Okay. Um, Steve is saying it's all on purpose. So, Steve, do you think they're like, okay, you know what? Get sick. Let's say that you got COVID. You gotta go and because what happens if you get COVID? Uh, you gotta be isolated, right? If you catch COVID, you have to be isolated, correct? Is it 7 days or 14 days? So they're gonna put him on isolation, so he can win the public events, all this stuff, right? They had to cancel these huge event. He was scheduled to appear on this huge event in Las Vegas. They had over 2,000 people in there, and he had to cancel that appearance. Jeff and Steve, thank you very much. Let me just keep on pinning your comments, bro. And if you guys want to join me in this conversation, I'm gonna pin the link in the comment section, and you can join me here live. Okay. I think they told him if he didn't, something might happen to him. That's spooky. Jeff, Jeff is saying, as a former SAS, I've been thinking the same thing as Steve for a while now. I mean, my gut feeling, I'm going to say this again. My gut feeling is that they are preparing they are preparing Joe Biden to exit the race. That's that's my gut feeling right now. Okay. No, let me hear from you folks. Listen, when we come on the couch, we are having a conversation. We chopping it up. I want to hear from you. I want you to be having a back and forth debate in the chat. I'm pinning your comments. That's what this is Vote TV, bro. You know how we do it. And by the way, if you want to join me, let me let me just pin the link for you to join. You can join me here live. Steve, Jeff, everybody, anybody who want to come and join me, you can come. You can just walk in here. I'm gonna pick you up and drop you in the studio. So join my live event. Man, I even forgot about COVID, bro. Like I thought that we passed COVID, and people have every reason to start. Oh my God. There's gonna be a lot of conspiracy theories flying around again. They're gonna say, hey, they want to shut down America again, like they did back in 2020. Man, people gonna go crazy with it. They want to say we have a pandemic in America. People gonna like you watch. It's already happening. I was able to get on Twitter like for 5-10 minutes just to get a feeling of what people are saying about it, and they were like, yeah, they want to start playing this shit again. And okay, Steve is saying they know if they read the election for Joe, it will never be believed. So they need anybody else, even Kamala. Now let me. I see we got Steve. Let me welcome Steve in the studio. Let me welcome Steve on the couch. Steve, just give me 1 second. Okay. Steve. What happened, Steve? Steve, can you send your request again? This is clearly a pandemic. Oh my God. Like, I even forgot about COVID. I forgot about COVID. Okay, Steve, try again. Paulie! The queen is back. Try again. Hey, queen. Hey, listen. Hey, Paulie, listen, queen. Please, call your grandma. Okay? Call Uncle Willie and tell him to come to the couch because it's crazy over here. Joe Biden got COVID. This is crazy. Okay, Steve. I put the link in the chat again. So I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they are systematically preparing Joe Biden to exit the race. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Paulie? Oh, you haven't? Oh my God, you haven't heard the news? Okay. Yep. So the breaking news is that President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID. Let me bring Steve again. And Steve, just be patient, okay? I see you.
Hey,
Jonathan, do you agree?
Agree, sure.
When you have people like Nancy Pelosi, Steve White.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing, brother man?
Pretty good. Never been on YouTube before.
Oh, listen. Welcome to Vote TV, bro. Welcome to the couch.
Hello from Oklahoma.
No, Steve. Okay, Steve, you've been dropping some knowledge in the chat. What do you think about this whole thing with Biden got COVID?
I believe that it was either that or he would meet a very tragic incident, and I'm sure he knows all about that, so he dropped out.
I think the same thing. That was my first reaction. And so let me ask you. So let me ask you the next question. Who do you think they're gonna pick as their candidate if Joe Biden drops?
It looks like Kamala Harris, but man, my first, she's not going to win. They hate her more than they, dislike him. Gavin Newsom and Michelle Obama come to mind. Absolutely.
I was having a conversation. With my friend, and you know what I say? Do you know the one person who has been very quiet since that debate? We haven't heard from Obama.
Well, he's already done his 2 terms.
But I'm saying like he hasn't said anything publicly. He's a very, Obama, even though he has done his 2 terms, Obama is very influential in the Democratic Party.
Well, if he could, have his 3rd term and be able to do it from the comfort of his own basement, like he said.
Do you know something else that was trending on Saturday after the whole Trump assassination attempt thing, which we're gonna actually dive into? They said that there was that discussion that what if Obama comes back as a VP, as a vice president?
That.
So, which brings me to the next, which brings me to the next question. And guys, y'all keep on dropping. The comments are commenting. By the way, welcome to the couch. Bring your grandma, don't forget to bring your Uncle Willie, because Uncle Willie is always somewhere doing something stupid. Okay, let me ask you a question, Steve. do you think at this point Trump is pulling the shots?
Oh,
I mean,
Trump's going to win. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. I mean, did you hear about that pastor that predicted the shooting months before it happened?
nah.
It's scary, and the things he says that happened after that. I mean, he literally predicted that he would get shot, where he got shot, it just everything, and it's just spooky. I mean, just
Yo, like,
I'll look that up.
Steve, was it a pastor in America or was it a pastor outside America?
America.
And he predicted the whole Trump shooting thing.
Yeah, it's going viral. And then he said, talks about how that will cause him to find God and become a weapon of the Lord, and just it's it's the whole thing's spooky. I mean, just really.
So
And
Steve White. By the way, guys, hey, let's give a shout out to Steve White, man, because Oklahoma in the building. Steve White, yeah. Welcome to the couch. So Steve, listen. So you say there is no way that the Democrats are going to win the elections this year.
well, they shouldn't have been able to win the last time, but that's just me.
Wow.
I'm not Republican. See, that's the thing that throws everybody off. I used
Yeah.
to be Republican,
Yeah.
but now I'm not Democrat or Republican. Both sides are so completely ate up with inside trading, taking they're paid off by the weapons industrial complex, by the pharmaceutical industrial complex,
That's
by
right.
Soros, by the 300. Who knows how many other people?
Yes.
I mean, have you ever looked up Smiley Butler? He wrote a book around World War One, and he was with great Grandpa Bush. Yeah, the Bush that two of them have been presidents.
Yeah.
That's something you should look into.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, this is how I look at this. And I've studied global politics. It doesn't matter who you put in power. It doesn't matter
No,
which one. The people they put in power are just puppets, but the government is controlled by the same people, regardless. And this is America, Europe, Africa, everywhere. Do you agree?
yeah, 100%. I mean, is it the Rothschilds? Is it the weapons industrial complex? I think it's all of them. I mean, I think there's a lot of factions, and I don't think they have our best interest at hand for sure.
Now, America is the most powerful nation in the world. So whatever happens in America
No.
impacts the rest of the world, correct?
I think that they've pulled the plug on America. They've wrung it out as much as they can, and now they're going to push to like the BRICS nations.
Can I have some more? Listen, Steve, let's welcome some more. Stay right there, Steve, man. Thank you very much, Steve. Steve, Oklahoma is in the building. Can I have some more people on the couch? I'll put the link in the comment section. If you want to join, I can punch you in. Okay, so just hit that link and come and join us over here, and we can chop it up. Cynthia Wood, I see you. William, thank you. William is saying, Steve, yeah, Steve, common sense always wins. Polly, you talk about Toaster. Oh yeah, I mean history has come a long way. We got Walkie saying that he legally can't be vice president. I mean, talk about Barack Obama becoming a vice president. So, yeah, I
Gavin Newsom.
yo, Steve, I honestly speaking, like right now, Trump has the gods of Trump are on his side.
Absolutely. A lot of people are saying that that was direct intervention from God. I'm not saying that, but he did look at the teleprompter just as that bullet. And I believe in the Greco-Roman Catholic Church that the anointing of blood on the ear is a sacrament. Have you heard anything about that?
Yo, Steve, that's what I'm saying. That's why I come up here every day, because I learned something new. I never did. You guys know about this? Let me tell you something interesting because you just mentioned this. We were here on Saturday, right? Paul, you remember somebody spoke about the book of Revelations 13, verse 3. Okay, do you know that chapter? Talking about like someone surviving a headshot or a head wound. And
It's a sacrament. Yeah.
so tell us, Steve, talk to us about the thing with the blood on the ear and being a sacrament.
Well, you've heard of like being anointed with oil and ash, right? It's like
Absolutely.
baptism.
Yeah.
It's just a method of bringing one to God. In
Yes.
direct contact, direct influence. I think that I've read the Bible, and I think a lot of people have misunderstood what a lot of it means.
Yeah, there's a lot. The Bible is the most misinterpreted book in the world.
Christians will be hated. Christians will be killed. And to
Yeah.
be a Christian, you will be cast out. You will be kicked, ridiculed before the coming of God. And a lot of people, they're Sunday morning quarterbacks. Whenever it's really tough, they're not. I mean, me, I'm Christian. I will
Yeah,
die.
me too. I'm a man of faith. Yeah.
I mean,
Sunday morning quarterbacks. Yeah. That's tweetable, by the way. That's tweetable. Steve White, I got another question for you, man. I was just watching. We've been kicking like since Saturday, man. We've been chopping it up. It's been getting hot on the couch. Of course, the whole thing about the Trump shooting, assassination attempt, a 20-year-old boy turns out to be a lone wolf, kind of had a master plan how to kill the former president. What's your take on that?
That whole thing stinks to high heaven. Well, it was obviously CIA does that. They brainwashed some kid who actually was in a BlackRock commercial. Oh, come on!
Yeah. Give us a cook.
The ladders on the side of the building. That's crazy. And the building that he used was a staging area for the police. Oh, come on! 26 minutes in, they had calls. The sniper had him in his scope for over 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes.
Yeah,
kept being told they won't release the audio from the snipers because they keep telling him to stand down, stand down. I mean, it's
hold up.
Great.
So, yeah, I saw that conversation. Like, why are they not releasing the audio tapes from the snipers? My sister Paulie made a very powerful statement. She said, "Hey, there's going to be a congressional investigation into this," but it's a lot of stuff that is just not adding up. So,
no, it was a hit.
Saturday, and let me ask folks who are watching, Crypto, welcome back. Do you think that this whole thing was staged?
100%. I mean, it's got CIA wrote all over it. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm probably going to get the FBI at my house. Did you know they're going to YouTuber channels? Like the Angry Prepper. FBI came by his house because he made statements just like we are right now. I mean,
we're just having an open conversation. Listen, do you know?
It's not America anymore.
I mean, we had a
color
a
revolution.
lot of, on that Saturday, staged was trending on Twitter, and that's why I asked this question to just wait out and see what people are saying. This is an independent platform. Just asking, and I'm telling you, there are people who are seriously. Matt, have you been on TikTok? If you go on TikTok, it's even crazier.
Well, I've got the power of God on my side.
Yeah.
That there's not a CIA or an FBI on this planet, because my faith in Jesus Christ, Lord our Savior, outbound anything that man can create.
Amen.
Man can kill me once. I will live forever.
Crypto, we actually had that conversation, and thank you, Crypto, for mentioning that again, for mentioning that in the chat. That was this whole thing about, we know that Trump has been mentioned in the Epstein's list, and there are some very nasty documents that have been released and all that. But guess what? His support right now has hit the roof. Crypto, we're just talking about facts here. It's not like, no, we're not sitting here endorsing Trump. We are independent candidates, but it's like just looking at what's happening in America right now. And on top of it all, Joe Biden gets COVID right now.
No,
Come
he
on, bro.
didn't. No, they put him down. And as for Trump, I mean, that whole Trump thing reminds me of Teddy Roosevelt, like one of the greatest presidents the United
Yeah,
States have ever had.
yeah,
Did
yeah,
you know
yeah,
that he was shot during one of his speeches and
yeah.
finished the speech? Shot. That's a man. That's
Yes,
yeah. That's
yes, yes. I was watching a reaction video from Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. I
yeah. Me
always watch
too.
his podcast. You know what he said? And actually we're gonna have a look at that. He actually described this. Can I play this clip like for a second? Steve, you got a minute? Um, Joe
Should I leave?
Rogan. No, no, stay right there. It's gonna
Okay.
just keep playing. No, no, man. Steve, you're staying on the couch. Get the barbecue sauce. Get
Oh
the
shit,
barbecue.
Ron. No, I'm just walking into the living room.
Okay, let me just play some highlights.
Actually, I need a cigarette. Hey, you don't mind if I smoke a cigarette, do you? Make my own.
On this.
It's not herbal, I promise. I drink beer. That's about it. Sorry about that.
Okay, so let me actually stop right there. Yo, he says like this whole thing is like a fucking script. Do you guys agree? It feels like it's a script. And I repeat, this is Joe Rogan reacting to Trump's assassination attempt.
Yeah. We hear the audio. Ah.
So the photo he's talking about. There's that, and it's true that photo. Steve, what do you think of the picture he's talking about, right? Um, they've actually that picture has been watched, I think, like 100 million times on Twitter by um. Hold up, let me skip ahead.
I'm not hearing the audio from it.
That's crazy. Just keep on listening.
I think you're breaking up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Steve.
Okay.
Uh,
Who, who's his guest? Shane? No. Well, so did Brett Weinstein. So did Stephen Hawkins. A lot of people flew on the Lolita Express. Bill Clinton. How many times did Bill Clinton fly on that thing?
uh, let me actually pause the video first. Let me pause this video first, Steve. We're gonna get back to conversation. Okay, because this is the part I just wanted to give you an impression. Um, and I challenge you guys to watch this. Let me pause this. Pause.
I got the notification from Spotify.
Pause. Okay. Now let me get back to you, Steve.
7
Thank you. It's not
times he
stop.
flew on the Lolita Express.
I'm saying pause. Let me drop the. Just be patient, folks. We got it. And let me go back to Steve. Okay. Steve is still here. Okay, there we go. So Steve, yeah, Polly is fine. Polly, you can hear the audio, but Steve, could you hear the audio?
No, I didn't hear any audio.
Or you could not hear the audio? So that
No.
means if I'm having a guest, you can't hear the audio. Sorry about that. At least I'm learning something new. So if I'm having
I could
okay,
leave if you like.
no, stay right there. So what I'm gonna do is let me bring this one here, so that if we do this, uh, I know there's a conversation in the comment section about the Trump being on the Epstein plane, and Paulie is also asking about how many times was Clinton on the Epstein plane.
Well,
Is that correct?
Stephen W. Hawkins. I mean, the list is crazy. I mean, um, you've got Brett Weinstein. You've got man, just there's thousands. I mean, he was an influencer. I mean, he wanted to get the brightest, and he was really interested in the tech side, in um, all the tech sides, because if he, he was Mossad, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they can say he wasn't, but I mean, definitely.
There we go. So, man, there's just so much going on right now. There's just so much going on right now, bro.
They're gonna pull the plug. They're gonna pull the plug. I've been hearing chatter. I can't say from who because yeah, but they're calling it Wicked October. I don't know if you've heard anything about that yet.
I've seen that. I've seen that being discussed on TikTok.
It's what it is it got leaked from our military that they've been put on standby because we've let over 30,000 insurgents into the United States. You can't tell me that's by accident. And it's supposed to kick off in October, which is right about the time that election really starts heating up. And I mean, they cut the power off. Anyone can Google this. Cut the power off the United States of America for 1 year. 90% of the population will die. That's why I moved to Oklahoma more than 4 years ago.
Why?
No power. There's chaos. No food. No water.
Are you like someone in the mountains? So you say no power.
Excuse me again.
I'm saying like so you moved to Oklahoma
Yes.
specifically, like
Yeah. I
kind of like adjust to that kind of a lifestyle. If
my yeah. I've got well water. I've got solar. I've restored it. I got two old houses, dirt cheap. Had to put roofs on them. Made me a nice little compound here in Oklahoma, northwest Oklahoma.
if we had a blackout, if America had a blackout, Steve White is safe. You've adjusted to these lifestyle. Well, you can just survive
Imagine
with the elements of nature.
imagine moving from the extreme northeast to Oklahoma, and um, my family was not exactly happy about it. But now, two years into it, they were like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing." My daughter in high school, I told her, I said, "But you're going to be a big fish in a small pond," and boom. Um, she's so balanced and normal. I mean, everything. It's 40 years ago here. It is just amazingly awesome.
Is she like, for example, like your kids? Are they on social media?
No, no, no time for that.
No, nothing like
No,
that.
no time. I mean, it's it's amazing.
Are you guys hearing? By the way, let me welcome Brother Tyrone. Welcome to the couch. Welcome to the couch, Tyrone Washington. Man, the conversation is on fire today, bro. The couch is on fire. So those who are tuning in, the question is, the topic is, Joe Biden got tested with COVID-19, and we just chopping it up, like, let me ask the audience one more time. Do you believe, with the breaking news that Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID-19, that this is the preparation for him to exit the presidential race? Let me see in the chat.
The only thing I'd worry about is if Michelle Obama was put as a nominee. Gavin Newsom. Every time I hear his name, I smell sulfur. I mean, I don't know if he would make it.
No, but he ain't got no momentum. Like, he ain't got no even some people don't even know who he is. He's a very awesome dude, but on the political level, like right now, that's gonna be the wrong candidate. So actually, yes, you're right. The name Baby Girl's World is saying, yep. I got somebody else. Omega is in the chat. I see you. Now, the name Michelle Obama has been popping around. Michelle Obama, that name has been popping around. And they actually, I don't know, Steve, did you see that? They even actually did some polls testing Michelle Obama against Trump, and she was crushing him like on every level. Which makes me ask the question, could that be the reason why Obama has been so quiet the last since the debate?
They are terrified that Trump's going to get in office. If Trump gets in office, well, I don't know. I think anyone that comes into office, they sit down and say, hey, they're going to show him something. I think they already have. And it scares every president into doing exactly what they say. But now, Trump's off the leash. They've already tried to kill him. It's all holds barred now. It's just look out. Kind of interested to see what would happen. I hope Joe doesn't drop out. He's so much comedic relief. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Baby Girl's World. Baby Girl, man. There's a bunch of, thank you for everyone who's in the who's dropping knowledge in the chat. I do appreciate you. Omega is in the chat. Baby Girl's World is in the chat. Tyrone, I see you. Polly, the Queen, I see you. So let me read this comment from Omega saying Obama is forbidden for running for third term, which is, yep, officially due to the 22nd Amendment that would require a constitutional convention. Yes, but now the question is, Omega, we ain't talking about Barack Obama. We're talking about Michelle Obama. Just FYI. That's Baby Girl's World is saying they're stuck with him. Their sock puppet got a hole in it. What do you think?
Michelle Obama would be the only real runner. Kamala, no way.
No way. No way.
Gavin Newsom. Every time I say his name, I smell sulfur. I just don't know who they can put in there.
No way. No way.
Do you get the idea that there's a sect of cultists that are trying to destroy the United States and the world?
Bro, Steve White. There's so much going on right now, bro. We can't even keep up with it. With all the nonsense.
This is a spiritual war. We're in a spiritual war. All over the world.
Exactly. Yes.
Look at Ukraine. What's the first thing they did? They arrested all the priests and put them in prison. Oh, come on. What's going on there? Christians are under attack in the United States. I mean, it's all over the world. North Korea, you get killed. China, you get organ fed. I mean, it's spiritual warfare. Tucker Carlson thinks all these UFOs are demonic in nature. I'm not so sure I disagree with him.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that session when Tucker Carlson went to Russia and had that interview with Vladimir Putin?
I loved it. I saw him with Rogan. I saw him with so many people. Yeah,
that was epic. That was epic.
That was
That was epic. That was epic. That was an epic. That was an epic. That was an epic interview. There's so much. Like I say, knowledge is power, and I do believe that if we bring all our, like if we just educate each other with facts. I'm talking about like with facts, not not like with nonsensical logics. I'm speaking facts. We have so much power. And are you prepared for a Trump presidency?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, he's gonna start World War III." No, the soft coup, the color revolution that happened in 2020. They're the ones that want to take us to war. I think it's for the weapons industrial complex. They're making so much money now; it's just unreal, and that's just the start. I mean, yeah, the entire world is getting ready to go to war, and it's just a matter of time.
You got some, like Trump is saying, like, if I take office first day, I'm gonna end the war in Ukraine. I'm gonna end the war in Gaza.
Stop the dying. Yeah, that's a president. That's somebody I can get behind. Just want them to quit dying. That's what he said. I was like, God, man, yeah. It's a giant. It's a giant meat grinder. Anytime that Ukraine was going to sue for peace, our guys would just say, no, you don't. And then they just keep falling in billions and billions and billions. And all these armaments and weapons we're sending them are ending up on the black market. I mean, it's funny because Russia is ending up with a lot of the weapons we're sending to Ukraine. Now think of it. It's a weapons industrial complex. Just like Smiley Butler said, war's a racket. I mean, it's crazy.
So look like, yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
Have you ever read a book called The Monster of Jekyll Island? Monster of Jekyll Island. Man, it's about the 1913. That's when the Fed was initiated. It was the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. They all met on Jekyll Island to discuss. They paid off a bunch of people in the United States government and got the okay to be the lender for the whole United States. Created a monster. A must read.
Wow.
So is the economic hitman. That's truly terrifying. I mean, it talks about how the CIA pays off people in the government of these foreign countries, and that's called a color revolution. And they buy all this infrastructure, then they can't pay for it, so then we take over, take whatever. I don't know when we became the bad guys. Now we got Justin Trudeau in Canada. They're all doing a standing ovation for a Nazi. Oh, come on. And these Ukrainians are Nazis. My God. I mean, it's.
By the way, allow me to give Omega a shout out. Omega is dropping some. I'm saying, like, Omega is dropping bombshells in the comment section. And talk about Ukraine. Omega's just say Zelensky, his wife just purchased another supercar that's worth millions. And we know where this money is coming from, right?
It's coming from our tax dollars. That's the. What about the fact that we're paying for our replacement in the United States? But do you know how you destabilize a country? You bring in a whole bunch of people from other countries. It's just on the playbook. I mean,
Ab-
Look what's
Absolutely.
happening in Paris. Look what's happening in Germany. Germany's
Yeah.
balling. I mean, yeah.
Like they're going down. It's so bad. It's extremely bad in Germany right now.
Yeah.
It's
My
it's
heart
a,
goes out to them. What a beautiful country. What a smart civilization. And I mean, I don't know. They had to have. Okay. Here's a theory. I don't know how close to the mark this is. It's what I truly believe. You know how
yeah,
the population in Japan has just completely cratered. There's
yeah,
less people being born than people die.
yep,
You
yep,
can literally buy a house in Japan for $1, and a nice house, and they will let you come over as long as you have a trade. I mean, just boom, and then you pay $1, you got a house. The same thing is happening to China. They said it was going to be 10 years and their population was going to crater. Well, it's happening 5 years
yep,
earlier because their one-child law that come to bite them in the butt
yep,
from the
yep.
80s.
Which they got right now. Yep, can we give birth to one child? Yep.
Well, it's happening. It's happening to the United States. Well, a lot of people don't realize that um, Russia had to take Ukraine right now because their population in less than 5 years they wouldn't be able to field an army, meaning have enough people to fight a war.
Yeah,
In the United States, they gave it 10 years, and right now there's less. What was it? They're replacing the population, so we don't crash. They needed 30 million, and I think they've hit it. I know they say it's more like 10 million. No, that's just the ones they counted or undercounted. They needed 30 million people to bolster the population of the United States. But yeah, it's all by design. What was his name? Henry was it Kissinger? Henry Kissinger that said, "Oh, I wish we hadn't done that." I mean, 'cause it was started a long time ago. I mean, this all was put in motion like in the
it's
60s.
systematic. It's systematic put in place to all these controls and all these like everything has been set up. It's a perfect setup for either failure or for success. They know exactly what they're doing,
Well,
and we're just part of the matrix.
you know how they say that the government is, whenever you can think of, the government's already done it. Uh,
Thank you, Omega.
10, 20 years.
Listen,
More.
Omega is dropping. Steve, Omega is dropping knowledge like in the chat. Like it's like I have a chat GPT 4.5 in the chat. Thank you, Omega. We appreciate you. It's not useless information. If there's one person who has been dropping knowledge on the couch, and Steve White up here, and everybody is Omega. Omega, it's not useless information. I'm actually balanced between what Steve is saying and what you tap. Paulie, thank you. And what you're dropping in the chat. I swear to God, it's like, yeah, yeah. Omega is the MVP tonight in the chat. Go ahead, Steve. And actually, and Omega said, yes, it's Kissinger.
Well, the Georgia Guidestones, they got blown up, right?
Yeah.
They, it's the WEF that blew it up because they needed to take, too many people are going to start saying, hey, wait, isn't that exactly how it was supposed to happen in the Georgia Guidestones? But yeah, I think they took it out, man. I mean, it's the WEF. I read Klaus Schwab's Fourth Turning of the Industrial Complex, and I read that, and I gave it like 1 star. Gave it scathing reviews. Truth, it was so well written. It was so on point. And
why did you give it such a scathing review?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm saying, why did you give it a scathing review after reading it and after saying that it was?
Klaus Schwab is was the head of the WEF, World Economic Forum, the one that says, "You shall eat bugs, and you will be happy too. You know nothing." Yeah, what a supervillain. But no, it's very well wrote. But in it, he actually comes out and says, yes, we will control the masses with war and pestilence, economic crashes, and invasions of different nations. They literally wrote it in the book. I
Yeah,
mean,
in the
it's
book.
terrifying.
And here we are. And here we are. And actually, and here we are
They would have
literally
been.
like,
I mean,
and here we are experiencing it in real life.
the World Economic Forum, which they've got their puppets in every government, and they
Yep.
want us dead. We are just useless mouths to them, and they're not going to need us because with the AI revolution, um,
Yes.
with
Yes.
have you
Right.
ever heard of class one civilization, class two civilization, like that
Yes. Yes.
filters?
Yes.
We've passed one filter because we don't hang graze on planes anymore. Well, we passed one. The second one, no one knows what the next filter is. To where we're like intergalactic and using.
But AI is scaring a lot of people, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking.
The AI revolution is scaring. Listen, me, if there is one person that has embraced the AI revolution, it's me. I embrace AI fully. I've been on it since 2022 summer, around that time when it was just started coming up, and I embrace AI completely.
It'll kill us. I think that's the next filter. I think if a civilization can get past AI, artificial intelligence, that's when they become a type 2 civilization. I think it's the second great filter, and I think it's a death sentence.
It has to become part of our life.
Well,
It's part of our life now. It's part of our life right now.
You've heard of the Fermi equation. Why isn't there so many civilizations out there? Maybe once a civilization gets to the point where they can make AI, they get wiped out. Maybe like Joe Rogan says, we're just we're the caterpillar of the electronic butterfly. It's food for thought. You never know.
Actually, on Joe Rogan, Steve, on Joe Rogan, they say that AI is someone who told Joe Rogan, he said AI is worse than the nuclear bomb.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's got one flaw. There's one chink in its armor: the amount of power that it needs. That's why uranium is going through the roof price-wise, because they're gonna have to make the dreaded nuclear energy, and it's gonna go full tilt really, really fast. That's why uranium is just going off the chart in the stocks, because they're gonna start making a whole bunch of reactors so that they can power their new god. I'm sorry, I'm a speciesist. I like humans.
And by the way, let's get back to it. Omega, just keep on dropping. Omega, just keep on dropping the knowledge in the chat. Paulie, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Omega is saying this. Let me actually read this comment. Omega says, also keep in mind that what you think you're using is not actually AI. It's analytical intelligence. It needs an input source in order to calculate. It has to be asked the question. Omega, where are you? Like, where is Omega? We gotta know, Steve. We gotta know where Omega is located. I think he lives in a place called Knowledge Island. Okay. We appreciate you on the couch. And Steve White is up here dropping pure knowledge. Today the show is on fire, and I love this.
Hillbilly from Oklahoma.
Hillbilly from Oklahoma.
There's some really good people. I never understood
Omega is from Montana.
when I first moved here, you'd be driving down a dirt road. There's dirt roads out here everywhere, every mile section, and you'd pass somebody and they'd wave at you. You're like, "Honey, who's that? You know them?" I'm like, "No," and it kept happening and kept happening and kept happening. No, it's just the people in Oklahoma are friendly. I mean, you get a flat tire, there's somebody stopping within minutes. I mean, yeah, I've seen people pay for people's groceries in front of them because they didn't have enough money. I mean, this is every day. It's 40 years ago here in Oklahoma.
Wow.
Yeah.
How kind though. Yeah.
It's
maybe we should all move to Oklahoma.
I hope.
Paulie, Omega just told us that he's actually in Arizona. Okay. The heat will just definitely keep me away from there. Now, let's come back to politics a little bit. Let's press forward. So here we are, Steve. we say, okay, we ready, we prepared for the Trump presidency because nothing else is coming from the left. Let's press forward 2025. Trump is in the office. Remember, he was in the office back. He was in the office back in 2016,
They're going to pull the plug.
and I witnessed 4 years where he was trashed left and right, crashed left and right. And now they want to put the same guy back in the office. What's going to be different in 2025 than 2020? And this actually goes.
Martial law is what will be different, because what's going to happen this year and the beginning of next year, it's going to be pure chaos, riots, George Soros funded, you name it. It'll be so much chaos that they'll enact martial law. And Camilla Harris, with martial law, there is no elections. That's exactly what's going to happen. They may even pull the plug altogether and shut off the power, and then 90% of America dies. How would I take over America? Well, I'd shut the power off. Why would I send all my troops over? Besides, China doesn't have a big enough navy to do that. If China was to invade Taiwan, they'd have to grab every single fishing boat, every vessel, every dinghy just to do it. And how would they do that to America? I'd just turn the power off. I mean, it'd be too easy. I hate to say that, but that's a lot of what Wicked October was about. That's what I've been hearing, is that all the sleeper cells, the insurgents that have been, they estimate 30,000 insurgents inside the United States that we let walk across the border. Why did we do that? Well, if there's a bunch of terrorist attacks, riots, civil war, you name it, martial law, no election. Sad but true.
Man, this is spooky. Let me. We're here talking about, if I look at the Trump agenda, if I look at the Republican agenda, they are talking about making America great again. They are talking about making America safe again. They are talking about making America wealthy again. But everything that you've just said right now, it's the contrary.
You'll need $10,000 worth of silver per person to survive what's going to happen. Did that come out of left field? Yeah. You'll need that for food, barter, and whatever you do, don't get on the bus. Don't get on the bus. Don't get in a food line. That's where people go to concentration camps and disappear. I'm just saying. I will live on the river before I get on a bus.
So are you saying we should embrace for darker days ahead in America? I'm saying, so should we embrace for darker days ahead in the United States?
Look at the Jews that were in Germany. They in their last furthest from their mind imagination, did they think that they were all going to be round up and put in concentration camps? That never even occurred to them. No, not in this modern time. Modern time, 1930s. People are so soft in the United States. People have no idea that is absolutely positively could happen here. I mean, what about the people of like Yemen? I'm sure that at a point in time they were like, oh no, this city is just, this state is fine. Nothing's going to happen. Who says America can't be attacked like that? I mean, we'd be foolish. We'd be arrogant to think that we are not vulnerable. We are. And if you're not ready, then, well, I guess you become one of the 90%. But will I make it? I hope so. Probably not. But I'll have a better shot of it.
And if something like this, if this kind of a situation is possible in America, I'm just thinking like how bad it's gonna be for the rest of the world. Because you gotta remember, whatever happens in this country impacts the rest of the world.
Well, everything,
and whatever happens in America, other nations, they replicate that. They copy paste that in their own different ways, right? Like now, if you look in Europe, France, Germany, UK, they've all gone extreme right. And where did that come from? Of course,
Oh, Japan.
they saw what Trump. Yeah, Trump started that thing
Japan
back
is
then.
what 400% debt above GDP. That's crazy. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
Italy's like what 235% over, GDP.
Yeah,
Paris,
yeah,
I think they're even higher. I think they're 300 now,
it's
300,000
crazy.
or three. Yeah,
It's crazy,
it is.
crazy. Let me actually let me see in the chat. Shout out to man. I gotta give a shout out to these three candidates, man. Omega is the MVP tonight. Do we all agree? On the couch. That's for you, Omega. The language the language he has been dropping. And by the way,
Thank you.
Steve, uh, Omega is a carpenter in Arizona. Omega is a carpenter. That's what he just put in the chat. And Polly told him Jesus was a carpenter. I don't know how that. Y'all making me crack up tonight. Y'all making me crack up tonight. Oh my God. So can we? So we agree. We agree to disagree. Uh, the whole Trump. I mean, sorry, the whole Biden COVID thing is a hoax. Such. I mean, I'm saying no.
100%.
I'm saying a hoax in that. Let me actually rephrase my statement. The fact that now they're saying Biden got COVID, this is a way to prepare him to exit the presidential race.
At the very same day that he did that Zoom call that went so incredibly terrible for him. That was his downfall right
Yes,
there. Same day.
yes, I saw. I saw that. I mean, listen. I've been studying this thing like a book because I saw when I saw the Democratic Senate leader call him out to step aside, I knew something was up. Nancy Pelosi is doing her magic in the back scene. I knew something was up.
Yeah, then we got what Hillary Clinton. She terrifies me.
Why?
Hillary? I don't know. People have a strange tendency to commit suicide by hanging themselves and shooting themselves in the back of the head with a shotgun that's found 19 feet away. I mean, tied up. I mean, suicide, obviously. I mean, yeah, what do they call it? Oh God, oh, Clinticide or something like that. But
What do you think America would have been in a better position with Hillary Clinton as a president back in 2016?
with a king,
No, with Clinton,
Clinton.
with Hillary as a
Um,
yeah. If she had
well,
won the elections back in 2016, do you think America would be in a better place?
it would be a worse place. I mean, because she's part of the um, see Conference of Foreign Affairs. Um, it's like skull and crossbones. But look at what Clinton did. I mean, Bill Clinton. He signed the NAFTA agreement. That's when we gave away all our jobs to foreign countries and abandoned our infrastructure, our base of making stuff. I mean, it all went the NAFTA. I mean, it was the NAFTA Act. I mean, it all went to. That's when it all started going to hell, right there. Well, it all started going to
But
hell when they assassinated, JFK. I mean, that's whenever it was just obvious. Okay, somebody else is ruling the United States, and they're not good people.
I'm gonna go back to that clip that I was showing you guys. Unfortunately, I'm sorry and I apologize. I didn't know that if I'm having a guest and I play the clip, you guys can hear it. But I'm just gonna say this. Um, uh, there's something that Joe Rogan spoke about on that clip, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and to everyone who's watching tonight, what do you think would have happened if we had a JFK moment on Saturday with Trump?
Civil War. Civil War.
Same thing they say.
Yeah.
Same thing they say.
Civil War. And have you seen the way it's divided up between the it's strange. I mean, yeah,
Same thing they say.
I wouldn't want to
They
be in
mention same.
California. That's for sure. And it,
Wow.
you need to have to think also. I mean, what factions are going to get the F-16s? What factions are going to get the howitzers? You know, I mean, here's another problem. Our military. There's a lot of red, white, and blue loving patriots that are in our service, and they are not going to shine very kindly on a death cult. Democrats aren't Democrats anymore. Republicans aren't Republicans anymore. Whatever's going on,
Facts.
it's it's a spiritual war, and there's a lot of Christians out there, a lot more, and just people that
I like the way
Christians, they
that
just know the
phrase.
difference between good and bad. I mean, right and
I like
wrong,
that phrase.
honor.
I like that phrase. We are in a spiritual war. I like that. Thank you, Steve, for that statement. You the way you've explained it tonight. We are in a spiritual war. Let me go back. I was asking that question, like, what do you think would have happened on Saturday if we had a JFK moment with Trump? Omega automatically put a statement, and I'm gonna pin that on the screen. Omega says, "Can you see it, Steve?"
Uh,
He
no,
say,
I'm not seeing all. I'm seeing is all comments.
"Okay, okay. Let me read that statement for you guys. It says all communications would have been cut."
I mean, it's completely glitched. I can't hear you. I don't even know if you can hear me. Since 19. Let's see. No, I can tell you a lot about what happened in with the FCC. They grabbed the UHF bandwidth for the military. The TV station I worked for at the time, my boss came into my office and said, "Hey, Steve," he says, "you want to buy the TV station KGBN?" Uh, I said, "Really?"
Yeah.
I said, "How much?" He said, 300,000. I said, "You're kidding me, right?" He says, "No, that's how much it's going to cost for us to rebuy our FCC license." And we couldn't, so they shut us down. They shut all the mom and pop TV stations down. That was another great effect too. So
Wow.
a lot of stuff's been in the skunk works for a long time. I mean, there's, you know, yeah. I love this nation.
Um,
I'm staying here as long as I can.
yes, America. The greatest nation on earth. Are
Freedom of speech,
let me man. Let's talk about the spiritual war
spiritual war.
fact briefly.
I think there's demons walking the earth now, and I think that the evil has reared its ugly head and it's consuming people left and right. I think
Mm,
I think people are picking their sides. I think there's a great movement going on. There's a lot of rich and powerful people that we've never heard about that have suddenly decided to start moving their chess pieces on the board, and it's all happening all at once. I mean, the poor Ukrainians—they're wiping out an entire race
man, it's crazy.
in a giant
It's
meat
crazy.
grinder. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
there's 45, 55-year-old men fighting now. They're talking about the United States government has made it to where women can be drafted. I've got a daughter, right?
yeah.
No, no, no. They will have to drag her away from me, and I will. No, no. My daughter's not going to die in a war for these monsters. That's a fact.
So let me give you folks an example. And I mean, I don't know, for those who are watching and you're on TikTok, I have a very big following on TikTok. I have like over a 250,000 followers on TikTok. But let me tell you something, Steve. You see this kind of a conversation. I cannot even run this kind of a conversation on TikTok because there is so much censorship going on TikTok when it comes to these kind of discussions. And I've been watching. Listen to me, guys. There is a war. There is a digital war going on TikTok right now. People who are trying to talk about American politics, either regardless of who they support. I'm watching people's live streams being cut left and right. It's crazy. I mean, just on their part, it's crazy. I have to say thank you very much, YouTube, because YouTube, like, we can have this kind of a conversation.
To a point.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're not saying anything extreme. We're just sticking to facts. But I appreciate YouTube because of this, that we can at least have this conversation. I cannot. You see the way we're having this conversation, Steve? We cannot be having this conversation on TikTok. Would have been cut off a long time ago.
It makes you wonder what happened to the freedom of speech.
Oh,
When you give up your guns, they take away your freedom of speech. It happened in Australia. It's happened in Britain. It's happened in Canada. I mean, they take your guns. I mean, look at the Native Americans. What happened after they gave up their guns? So they lost all their land. They lost everything. Big Second Amendment person myself.
oh my God. I mean, like, it's the way I'm looking at it right now. It's like either or. We are fucked.
Yeah, either way. But like I said, I uprooted an entire family. Not all kicking and screaming, but not pleased, and gave up a business and moved to Oklahoma. Smartest move I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
Small town. I mean, the town is so small. I mean, I don't think there's 4,000 people here. I mean, it's. I stood on my
Wow.
porch, 20 minutes, and not a car drove by, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna love this.
Wow.
This is awesome. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Greatest move I ever made.
So what I'm gonna do is, I had promised that we're gonna have a look at Joe Rogan's reaction to the Trump shooting, and the fact that having a guest here does not allow, if I play the video, you guys don't hear. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, everybody, let's give a shout out to Steve White on the couch.
This is my first time ever speaking on YouTube, by the way.
It's crazy. Like, I had like people that I bring up here as guests. They usually tell me, "Yo, Volt TV, like, we were so impressed by what you talked. We've never stepped out publicly to give our opinion, but because I have such a my setup is so open and so easy, and I actually tell people it's like we are having a cookout and we discussing politics. You know what I mean? Like, I don't come up here and say, "Oh, I know everything on the whatever." No, we are family. Okay.
Well,
So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, go ahead, Steve.
I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I've given up all of them. They're all bought and paid for. They're the same bird
Yeah.
with but different wing. It's
Yeah.
sad. I mean, democracy has failed America, and we can and we deserve it. I mean,
Oh, Polly,
we
I'm
get to
single.
keep it if we have the guts to keep it.
No, actually, Polly, I asked you, Polly. Actually, last time I tell the queen, I say, Polly, text me. You got my number in my bio. Text me, man. You guys have been great tonight. But so listen, this is what we're gonna do tonight, folks. Steve, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna disconnect you on the live,
Sure.
but stay in the comment section, and then we're gonna listen. We got 14 minutes. We're gonna watch that Joe Rogan reaction to the Trump assassination attempt, and y'all guys just be dropping comments. I'm gonna be pinning them, okay? So let's get on this right now. You guys are the best, man. I love you all. I love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and hang tight.
Yeah. Let me put. So Steve is gonna be joining me in the comment section, and now you're gonna just be able to see me and the shared screen. Okay, bingo. And then I'm gonna come up here, and if I start playing this clip, you just let me know if you can hear. Okay. So let me come here. This is Joe Rogan reacting to the Trump shooting. Let's go. There you go. You guys here? You guys here? You guys here? Okay, pause on that. We're gonna come here. Let me actually stop sharing that for now. Um, I think I wanted you guys to watch that so bad, but it's kind of like every time I try to share that clip, my system is reacting slowly. Okay, so I've stopped that. I wanted you guys to just watch that piece of Joe Rogan reacting to that. It's so powerful. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, John, I see your comment. It's like every time I would play that clip, um, thank you, Jim. It kind of like was lagging. Um, so I had to stop it. But this is what I'm gonna do. Let me show you. I'm gonna um if you go to my YouTube bio, you're gonna find the Vote TV information. You can text me or you can email me, and then I'm gonna send you that video. You have to watch it because Joe Rogan is one phenomenal person. I'm like I look at him like he's my mentor. He's so knowledgeable in so many things, and what he says about the whole Trump um, assassination attempt on his life is really really powerful. Okay, so welcome on the couch. That was an amazing evening, 90 minutes. Like we always chop it up like 60, 90 minutes. Thank you very much. Let me give a shout out to the following people. Steve White, thank you for coming up here. That was amazing. Let me give a shout out to um, Omega, the MVP of the night in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me give a shout out to the Queen Polly. I got so much love for you, sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. New York, New York, New York is in the building. Anybody else, Tyrone, anybody else in the chat, Jim, I see you for saying, you're saying Vote TV goes hard. Thank you. I'm putting your comment on the screen. Thank you very much. So if you're new here, support the channel. Okay. If you're new here, support the channel. Subscribe to the channel. You can also support the channel with super chats and super filters. Anything goes a long way. Okay. Omega, Omega, can you promise me that you're gonna be here tomorrow? Okay. Just promise me you're gonna be back here tomorrow. And of course, the recording of tonight's episode is gonna be live streaming the whole night. Okay. No, don't say that. No, Steve, it's actually interesting. Like, let me actually Omega saying thank you, bro. Polly, what you saying, darling? Let me see what Polly is saying. Polly is saying, I'll find it and watch for yeah, that's the homework. Yeah. And then we can discuss it on our next segment. Yeah. Okay. Polly, probably let's say 8 p.m. ish, 9 p.m. Mañana. Okay. But hey, like I say, text me, then I can ping you when I'm about to go live, then I can ping you. So go to my bio. Okay, go to my bio, Polly. Go to my bio, and then you can. Oh my God! Thank you, Polly. Polly just sent a super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything goes a long way. As I've told you, Vote TV has been nominated as the movement of the year. I'm so excited. I'm actually having we're having a Zoom meeting on Friday, all the nominees, and then the voting is gonna start on Monday. And you guys promise me that you're gonna cast a vote for Vote TV. Vote TV has been nominated as the movement of the year, and I'm just so humbled with what I do on this platform for my people, for my community, and for my country. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Steve White, let me actually pin this comment from Steve. Steve is saying, I thought there will be haters or people like commenting, dropping negative comments. Let me tell you something. The foundation of OTV, the way I've raised this platform, this is a place of love and humanity. We agree to disagree, but don't get disrespectful of one another's opinion. And it works perfectly. It works perfectly for me on YouTube. It works perfectly for me on TikTok. It works perfectly for me on Meta. So I'm happy to. That's why I say Vote TV family. We are family. Do you agree? Do you agree with your wife on everything? Do you agree with your husband on everything? No. But do you live? Do you stay in the same house and raise your kids? Yes, you do. So it's the same. It's the same thing I do even on YouTube or on social media. I don't want us to agree on everything, but even when we disagree, let's do that respectfully. So let me pin some more interesting comments here as we wind up. Omega is saying, let me see. Like I said, I'm just a carpenter with lots of useless information. I like that. That's an amazing slogan, because Omega, what you've shared with us tonight is just amazing. You are the MVP tonight. Okay. Paulie, let me just can I pin Paulie's contribution up? Is gonna, yes, I can. I appreciate everybody and I appreciate everything. It doesn't matter. There you go. Thank you, Paulie, for your super chat on Vote TV. Thank you. Like we say, tomorrow, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Okay? We're gonna chop it up one more time. Steve, I'm on the, let me see. Steve, I'm in Virginia, so Eastern time. So 8 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Look at Omega's comment. Omega is saying, speak of which, I have to check if the tank is full. Okay. Okay. Just go check on the holding tank to make sure that it's full. Arizona is in the building. And Steve White, you just said that you subbed already? You subbed too? God bless you, Steve. Steve White, man, thank you very much. The books that you also mentioned here, and the knowledge which you've shared with us tonight is amazing. God bless you, and God bless your family. Okay, Polly. Yeah, you're 1 hour behind me. Okay, okay, okay. I like. Look at this statement by Omega Man. Omega, God locate you. Let me pin your comment, Omega. Wherever you are, God locate you. May God locate you. Did you see what Omega just commented? I want to make sure that it's on my screen. That's a very powerful statement. When you speak the truth, you adhere to God's word. It's freaking amazing. It is an unquenchable river of righteousness. When you speak truth, you adhere to God's word. Freaking amazing. Tom, Tom McGuire, you back? Why you always come late, bro? But don't worry, Tom. Tom McGuire is another one. Tom McGuire is such another powerful personality here on Vote TV and always dropping knowledge in the chat. But don't worry about this, Tom. These tonight's episodes, I'm gonna have 2 episodes of tonight's show, and they're gonna be live streaming the whole night. Okay, so thank you very much. Um, Let me see what yes, Tom McGuire is saying. I saw that, by the way. I saw that. Just look on that. Just look at the screen. I just pinned that comment from Tom. Yeah. So we're gonna have some more conversations tomorrow. Omega, man, you just keep on dropping knowledge in the chat. I'm just gonna and that's gonna be the closing statement. God is within. So may God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very much. I pray for you. I pray for your families. May God keep you safe. Because it's crazy. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now in the world. But may God protect you. And I'll see you on my next session. You can watch the replay. If you want to watch the replays, you can do that. And may God bless you. Have a good night. Thanks.